You want to think like the top 1%? Then stop living like the 99%. The truth is, the 99% wait for opportunities, but the 1% creates them. They don't wake up motivated every day. They wake up disciplined because they know discipline beats motivation. While others chase comfort, they chase growth, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts.
They don't waste time blaming, complaining, or waiting for the perfect moment. They move, even when they're not ready.
The difference is simple. The average mind seeks ease, but the elite mind seeks progress. They build habits, they build systems, they build a life that most people only dream about. And here's the hard truth. You don't need more time. You need better priorities. Because success isn't luck. It's what happens when discipline, focus, and relentless action meet every single day. So if you really want to think like the top 1%, start acting like it. Because the moment you decide to change, everything starts to change. At first, it's uncomfortable. You'll feel alone. You'll question yourself. But that's the price most people refuse to pay. The 1% understands something different. Growth feels like pressure before it feels like progress. They don't quit when it gets hard. They get sharper. They get stronger. While the world is distracted, they stay focused. While others hesitate, they execute. No noise, no excuses, just results. And over time, that silent discipline becomes loud success. One day people will call it luck. They'll say you're different. They'll wonder how you did it, but you'll know the truth. It was the early mornings, the late nights, the sacrifices no one saw. It was choosing pain over comfort, focus over distraction, action over excuses. That's what separates the 1% from everyone else. So don't stop now. You're closer than you think. Keep building, keep pushing, keep becoming. Because the version of you you're chasing is already waiting on the other side of discipline. And when you finally reach that level, you'll realize something most people never understand. It was never about being better than others. It was about becoming better than who you used to be. Because the real competition was always you, your old habits, your old mindset, your old limits. The 1% doesn't escape struggle. They master it. They turn pain into power. They turn failure into fuel. They turn pressure into performance. And that's why they rise again and again. No matter how many times life hits them, they hit back harder. Not with emotion, but with focus, with clarity, with purpose. Because they know every level demands a new version of you. So they evolve constantly. They don't stay comfortable. They don't stay the same. They don't stay average. And neither should you. This is your moment, not tomorrow, not someday. Now, decide who you are. Decide what you stand for. Decide how far you're willing to go. Because thinking like the top 1% isn't a talent. It's a choice. A choice you make every single day. And here's the part most people avoid. There's no finish line. No moment where you can finally say, I've made it. I can relax now. Because the top 1%, they don't stop. They reset. They refocus. They rise again. Every win becomes a new standard. Every level unlocks a new challenge. That's the mindset. That's the difference. While others celebrate and slow down, they celebrate and then level up quietly, relentlessly, obsessively, because they're not addicted to success. They're addicted to growth, and growth never ends. So if you're waiting for it to get easier, it won't. But you will get stronger, sharper, unstoppable, day by day, choice by choice, action by action, until one day, you're no longer chasing the 1%. You are the 1%. And even then, when you become the 1%, stay humble. Because the moment you think you've done enough is the moment you start falling behind. The top 1% doesn't just win, they stay ready, they stay hungry, they stay focused, they stay evolving. Because they understand one thing most people forget. Success is not owned, it's rented. And the rent is due every single day. So show up, even when you're tired, even when no one's watching, even when it feels pointless. Because those are the moments that define who you really are. Not the spotlight, not the applause, not the recognition, but the unseen work, the silent grind, the discipline nobody claps for. That's where the 1% is built. So keep going, stay locked in, stay dangerous, because this journey, it never ends. And that's exactly why it's worth it. And one day, you'll look back at the old you, the one who doubted, the one who hesitated, the one who almost gave up, and you'll realize that version of you had no idea how strong you would become. No idea how far you would go. No idea what you were truly capable of. Because you didn't wait for confidence. You built it. You didn't wait for the perfect moment. You became the moment. You didn't follow the path. You created one. And that's when it all makes sense. The pain, the sacrifices, the lonely nights, the silent battles no one ever saw. It wasn't punishment. It was preparation. Preparation for a version of you that refuses to be average, that refuses to quit, that refuses to settle. This is who you are now, not by chance, not by luck, but by choice. A choice you made again and again, when it was hard, when it hurt, when it mattered most. So stand tall, stay sharp, stay relentless, because you didn't just learn to think like the top 1%, you became it. And if everything was taken from you tomorrow, the money, the status, the results, would you still be the 1%? Because the truth is, the 1% is not what you have. It's who you've become. A mindset that can't be broken. A standard that can't be lowered. A discipline that doesn't negotiate. That's the real power. Because when you have that, you don't fear losing everything. You know you can build it again. Bigger, stronger, smarter. That's what makes you dangerous. Not luck, not talent, not timing, but the ability to start over and still win again and again and again. So this isn't the end. This is just proof of who you are now and who you'll keep becoming, forever evolving, forever rising, forever 1%. And when the noise fades, when the crowd disappears, when there's no one left to impress, it's just you, your thoughts, your standards, your truth, no filters, no validation, no shortcuts. And in that silence, you find out who you really are. Not when it's easy, not when it's loud, but when it's quiet and it's hard. That's where the 1% lives. Not in attention, not in applause, but in alignment, doing what needs to be done without being told, without being seen, without needing a reason. Because at that level, you don't need motivation anymore. You've become disciplined. You don't chase identity. You embody it. And that's the final shift. No more pretending, no more waiting, no more holding back, just execution, just growth, just becoming silently, daily, endlessly. No announcement, no warning, just a shift. A quiet decision that changes everything. You stop explaining. You stop seeking approval. You stop looking back. And suddenly, your actions speak louder than anything you could ever say. No more noise. No more distractions. Just precision. Every move intentional. Every habit aligned. Every day accounted for. This is where it becomes different. Not exciting, not flashy, but effective. Because the 1% doesn't need hype. They need results. And results don't lie. So you keep going. Without emotion, without hesitation, just focus, cold, clear, committed, until one day it's no longer a phase. It's who you are. No emotions, no excuses, just standards. You don't rise when you feel like it. You rise because you said you would. That's it. No debate, no negotiation, a promise kept daily. And in that simplicity, you become unstoppable, not because it's easy, but because you made it non-negotiable. No identity to chase, no version to prove. You've removed the gap between who you are and what you do. No more thinking, no more questioning, just being. And in that state, there's no resistance, only execution, effortless, because it's aligned, silent, because it's certain. Nothing left to chase, no gap, no doubt, no noise, just presence. You don't force it anymore. You don't question it anymore. You live it fully, naturally, daily. This isn't effort now, it's identity. And identity doesn't switch off. No beginning, no ending, just continuation. No peaks to reach, no labels to hold, only movement, breath by breath, step by step, unseen, unheard, unshaken. This is no longer a journey, it's a state, a way of being. That doesn't need a name, no finish line, no final form, just evolution without end. Not louder, not bigger, not different for the world to see, just real. Real in your actions, real in your discipline, real in the promises you keep when no one is watching. Because in the end, that's all that ever mattered. Not the titles, not the recognition, not the validation, but the alignment between what you say and what you do. Between who you were and who you chose to become. No more gaps, no more pretending, just truth. Lived daily, proven silently. And that's why it works, because it's not forced, it's not temporary, it's not for show, it's you, unfiltered, unshaken, unstoppable. And with that purpose comes peace. Not the kind the world talks about, but the kind you feel when everything aligns. No chaos inside, no conflict within, just clarity. You know what matters, you know what doesn't, so you move differently, slower, but sharper, calmer, but stronger. No rush, no pressure, because you're no longer chasing life, you're building it. Moment by moment, choice by choice, and in that space, you become untouchable, not because no one can reach you, but because nothing can shake you. This is the highest level, not success, not status, but self-mastery, and from that control comes freedom. Not the loud kind, not the one people chase, but a quiet freedom. To choose your thoughts, to direct your actions, to remain steady, no matter the situation. No longer reacting, no longer drifting, just deciding, with intention, with awareness, with control. And that's when everything slows down. Not because time changed, but because you did. You see clearer, you move wiser, you act with precision, no wasted energy, no unnecessary noise, just flow, effort meeting purpose, discipline meeting identity, and it all becomes natural, like breathing, like being. And in that alignment, there is stillness, not emptiness, not absence, but a quiet power, a presence that doesn't need to prove, a mind that doesn't need to rush, a life that doesn't need to be explained. Everything becomes simple, not easy, but clear. You act when it matters. You rest when it's time. No guilt, no doubt, because you trust yourself now, fully. And that trust is unbreakable, built through every hard choice, every silent sacrifice, every moment you chose discipline over comfort. So now, you don't search for answers anymore. You are the answer. And in that knowing, there is no need to rush, no need to prove, no need to become, because you already are. Not a version, not a goal, just you. Without pressure, without comparison, without fear. Everything you do now comes from clarity, not from lack, not from ego, but from truth. And truth doesn't compete, it doesn't chase, it doesn't break, it simply exists, steady, grounded, certain. So you move, not to impress, not to escape, but because it's who you are. And that's why it lasts. Not for a moment, not for a phase, but for life. And within that being, there is no tension. No pull, no resistance, nothing to hold, nothing to push away. Everything flows naturally, effortlessly, as it should. You don't control life anymore. You move with it, not passive, but aligned. Every step in rhythm, every action in balance, no excess, no deficiency, just enough. And in that balance, there is quiet strength, a strength that doesn't show off, a strength that doesn't fade, because it's rooted, not in outcomes, but in presence, right here, right now. And in this moment, there is nothing missing, no past to fix, no future to chase, just now, complete, whole, enough. You're not ahead, you're not behind, you're here, and here is all there ever was. No pressure to move, no fear to stay, just awareness, clear, open, still. And from this stillness, everything moves, without force, without noise, exactly as it should. And even this moment gently passes. No need to hold it, no need to name it. It comes, it goes, like breath, in and out. Nothing to keep, nothing to lose, just a quiet unfolding, effortless, endless. And in that flow, you remain, not as a thought, not as a form, but as awareness itself, still, open, infinite. And even here, fades, no center, no edge, no inside, no outside, nothing to point at, nothing to define, just silence, not empty, but full, not distant, but ever present, beyond words, beyond thought, nothing added, nothing removed, exactly as it is. This is it. No more words, no more layers, just truth, lived, not explained, not shown, but proven every day in silence. No spotlight, no announcement, just a life, aligned, quiet on the outside, unbreakable within. No need to continue, no need to add. Nothing is missing, nothing is extra, exactly as it should be. No more becoming, no more refining, nothing to fix, nothing to chase, just steady, unmoved, unchanged as it is.